Hello and welcome back to Lil K Artistry. I am Lil K and I am so glad that you have come back to watch another video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're new to my channel, you just found me, thank you for finding me. I don't know how you did, but I'm so glad that you're here. I thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. I'm trying to reach a goal of 2,000. I can't even believe we're already so close. It's blowing my mind how quickly this channel has grown, and it's all because of you guys. So please like and share the videos that you enjoy so that others can see them as well. And today I'm doing a cloud pour. This is my cloud mix. I will be sharing this coming up very soon, along with some of the other mixes that I have not shared yet. I did a blue and white and pink cloud pour just a couple of videos ago, and I've been in my studio kind of messing around. I did this one. This is my cloud mix, and I do love this, but it's got a little bit more pink than I wanted. So I'm gonna go ahead and do one over this. I'm gonna try and do another one. I do want a light center and dark on the outside, which is the opposite of the last one that I did, which was dark on the inside and light on the outside. So I'm going to load up my cup, and I'm going to try this again, because I've just been kind of fiddling around with this mixture just to get it right, and I love what is going on here, and I really want to make this look the way I'm seeing it in my mind, and it's not looking that way yet. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do a straight pour, and I am going to load my cup. I'm going to put the light colors in first and then the dark colors, because if you're familiar with straight pours or cloud pours or anything like this, then you'll know that what you put in, typically when you pour it the way I'm going to into the cup, what you put in the cup in the bottom is what ends up being in the middle of your pour, because as you dump the cup out, all the first layers tend to spread out, and then the very last bit is what's in the middle of your painting. And this one I want to have a light center. So I am going to start with, I used a little bit more of the rosé than I wanted to in this one. So I am going to just do a tiny bit of the rosé, and I think I want to do a little bit of the darker right next to it, because I really love how that rosé and I think it's I want to say it's the Payne's gray, but it might be the Prussian blue, I'm not sure. Either one of them are beautiful. I think I'm going to do the Prussian blue, because right after that I'm going to put the cloud mix in, and I don't want the cloud mix next to the Payne's gray, because it will end up looking a little bit gray, and I don't want too much gray in this painting. So we are going to go ahead and start out with just a tiny bit of the rosé in the very bottom, and I'm only putting a little bit in there because, again, I don't want a ton. This is just way too much. And I could have stopped pouring. I could have lifted the cup up and stopped after a little bit, but I didn't want to, so I kept going. Okay, so I'm not going to put the Payne's gray in. I'm going to use the Prussian blue, just a little bit right next to it, because I think it looks so pretty with that pink. Just a little bit. And then this is my little cake. This is my cloud mix. This is not my foggy mix. The foggy mix is a lot thinner. This is thicker. Okay, then I'm gonna do the Payne's gray, a little bit of Payne's gray right there, just a little. Then I'm gonna do my medium. This is the Brilliant Blue mixed with titanium white, and then a little bit more of my cloud. And then I want just a tiny bit more of that rosé next to the Prussian blue, which is just a beautiful combination. And then I'm going to do a third color. And then a little bit more of that cloud. Then this is the lightest of the blues. And then I'm going to put the remainder of that medium color in. And for those of you who did not follow along in my other cloud pour that I did, when I mix the clouds for the cloud pour, I mix them with a 3-second trace in the cup. They're a little bit thicker. And then a little bit more of that light blue. We'll end with the Okay, not completely full, but that's because I already have paint on this canvas from the pour that I did. Okay, gonna just do a straight pour. I'm not gonna do much spinning or tilting or anything right now. Not gonna spin it, I'm just gonna pour it straight out. Hopefully this will give me what I was looking for the first time. Hold my breath. Okay. Take a deep breath. I was holding my breath. Okay, I'm loving this one better already. It's already better composition-wise. Just had a little bit too much pink in the very center of that last one. This one is going to be, I think, exactly as I was hoping for, hopefully. Oh, the pink and the blue, pretty. The pink and the blue clouds. Oh, it looks like a sunset. That's what I was hoping for. I'm gonna spin this just a little bit once, just to spread it out a little. There we go. Okay, we're gonna let this kind of percolate for a couple minutes. Pop any of the big bubbles. I did mix this all yesterday, so I don't have hardly any bubbles in it. I like this one better already. Okay, I'm going to spin one more time. Just a little. Oh. That Prussian blue is, it's so pretty. Oh, this looks like a stormy sunrise. That's what this looks like. This is so pretty. I like this one way better. I think what I'm going to do is tilt this before I spin it anymore. And see if I can get a really neat looking composition. And again, this is my Little K cloud mix. I've done a bunch of testers with it, just with pigments and fluid acrylics and tube paints and jar paints. I've used Amsterdam, I've used PBO, I've used Liquitex, I tried to use some of the Lucas. I don't recommend the Lucas paints. They're not really good with my cloud medium. The Lucas paints are not great. The golden fluid acrylics are not bad. So far, the ones that are the best are the Amsterdam, the ones in the jar and the ones in the tube, the standard series, and then the PBO, the studio acrylics by PBO. Those so far have been the best. But look what this is doing. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so pretty. I don't want to touch it, but I have to move it. Okay. The other thing is, some of you have asked me some questions about my spinner with regard to how I take my paintings off, how long I leave them on, where I put them to dry or whatever. I have a level place in another room. I highly recommend don't leave them on your spinner unless you know 100% that your spinner table, everything is 100% level, because you know what will happen if it's not level. It will shift and you'll go to get it a few hours later and it will look totally different. I have a separate space in another room that's completely leveled and never moves. And the other question was, how do I take my paintings off my spinner? I use a palette knife and I just scoop under the edge and lift it up that way. Another question was, how long do I leave my paintings on my spinner? I don't leave them on my spinner. I always take them off and put them, as soon as they're done and I photograph them and do a quick video, I put them in my other room to dry. And again, it's level. So I like to make sure that I answered those questions for you all. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and lift this up, and then I'm gonna tilt it because there's quite a bit of paint on here. So I think I'm gonna have pretty good success. This is gonna be a mess, but whatever. I think I'm gonna have pretty good success getting the composition that I really want, because there's a lot of paint on here. I don't normally put this much paint on the canvas, but I really wanted to redo that one that was there. I didn't like what was going on with it, so I decided to do it over and to do a video of it for you guys. The first one I did not video because it was just a tester. I wasn't really expecting this to look quite this amazing when I did the first video, but then I saw how these colors really work nicely together. The rosé is a TLP and it's got such a nice shimmer to it. I wasn't expecting it to look that beautiful, but it really does. It's just gorgeous. So I'm gonna tilt this guy a little bit more. And then I'm gonna tilt it in the other two directions, and I think I probably will spin just to make sure that my corners have some interesting stuff in them. I don't like to neglect the corner. I'm gonna pull it this way a little bit. And I am gonna collect this paint. So one of the things that you guys have asked me is what I do with some of the paint that runs off my canvas. I do collect that and I keep it in sealed jars and I use it for my next paintings, usually as a base. And I keep, each time I do a painting, whether it's the blowouts with the blooms, which is my little K recipe that I use that's really thin, that's in the style of Rinske Downya's Dutch blooms. I keep that in a special container, all of those runoff and extras. The cloudy ones I keep in another container. When I do the paintings that are the abstract cellism, that's a totally different mix. And I have the runoff in another container for those as well. And I just drip paint on my watch strap. I meant to take my watch off. This is really cool, you guys. This is really neat looking. Hold on when I put it down. This is really neat. I am loving this one. Oh, I'm so glad I did this over. Okay, so I'm just gonna, hold on. I'm gonna scoot this back because there's a little bit right there. I'm gonna get a cup to put that in. Look at that. How amazingly cool is that, you guys? Ah. Okay, let me wipe off my watch. It's not on the watch, it's just on the strap. Okay. And I will reiterate too, in an effort to not put a ton of trash in the landfills, I have started using these wet rags. I just got a bunch of just inexpensive face cloths from Walmart. And I use those instead of paper towels because I was noticing when I was doing this that my trash can was like 50% paper towels. And I did not like that at all. So let me get a cup. And I'm gonna take some of this runoff. And what I do is I collect it in a cup and then I strain it. I put it through a strainer, just a kitchen strainer that I have, and then I put it in a sealed container. That way I can keep it and use it as a base coat in another painting. And this one will have a blue tint to it because I'm using mostly blues. So it will tint the cloudy mixture blue. So I'll use that as a base coat when I do another blue cloud painting. It's really that simple. That way all of this paint is getting used and it's not going into the trash. There we go. Okay, there's that. Now, so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna scoot it that way a little bit, and then I'm gonna spin it because I want to get those corners, especially that one, to spin off a tiny bit more. One of the other questions that someone had asked me was, how do I keep the paint from spinning all over the place? Well, the short answer is I don't spin it that hard. The longer answer is, especially with this style of painting and my abstract cellism style of painting, the paint is really thick. It's a thick mixture. So it's not like water that's just gonna fly off anywhere. It's harder. You really have to spin it really hard to get it to spin off. This is really awesome, you guys. I'm trying to talk to you and keep my mind on what I want to say to you, but I'm being distracted by this painting. I'm gonna bring you in closer in a second so that you can see what I'm oohing and eyeing about. This is really, really pretty. And it's got just that hint of pink in the middle, and it's a shimmery pink because I use that TLP pigment, Rosé, which is quickly becoming one of my favorites. My all-time favorite so far. I haven't had a chance to use all of this little piggy pigments, but so far my all-time favorite pigment is Hoity Toity. I am in love with that one. And if you saw the short video that I did of my texture piece that I painted black and then I put that shimmery coat, I haven't sealed it yet because I have to wait for the paint to dry. I usually wait a good 2 to 3 weeks before it's cured and then I seal it. So I can't seal it yet, but oh boy, is it going to be pretty. And that's Hoity Toity, and that one is just one of my favorites. Okay, I've got to spin one more because I'm not loving this corner yet. I'm going to do one more spin. I don't want to spin off all those yummy clouds though. So I think just a little bit more. Okay, that's good. Oh, wow, you guys. Oh, I love this one. I hope you guys like it too. Okay, I want to see what the composition is going to be. I like that. That's very cool. Yeah. Oh, I like that too. I don't usually, when I do these that are up and down, I like the up and down composition, but this one is really, it feels a little bit different because it's wobbly on the edges, and I feel like that's the composition the way you guys are seeing it right there. Okay, I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna zoom in and let you guys see this because I just love it. I'm so glad I talked myself into redoing it because I wasn't loving all that pink in the center of that one. Let me turn this off here. Okay. All right, let's bring you in for a close-up. Don't drop the camera in the paint, Kristen. Okay, there you go. What do you guys think? Look at, I'm gonna see if I can zoom in because I want you to see over in this corner here, they look like rocks, like they're pink and blue rocks. And then up there in that corner too, I'm loving those big puff puffy clouds. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love this one. The corners are just wow. And the center is almost like it's perfectly centered. And then you've got all these clouds all around it. Oh wow, yeah. Okay, so hi. All right, I am going to I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this one as my final. Hold on, let me set this back up again for you guys so I'm not making you all, I don't want to get you guys all dizzy moving the camera around so much. Okay, I'm going to come back around and talk to you for a second. Okay, so I'm using this as my final test. This, the very next, I'm not gonna include the mix and the ratios and everything with this one because I want to actually mix it in the video and then show you what it looks like. I want to mix it and then do a painting with it. So, but this is my cloudy mix. The cloud mixes are the only mixes that I use American Floetrol with. And so this does use American Floetrol, but this is amazing to me. I just love this. Comment, let me know what you think if you like this too. Something about these blues. I'm in a blue phase lately. Thank you for joining me, for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch my video. I appreciate you so much. I know there's so many other things you could be doing right now, so I don't take that lightly. So thank you, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if Mr. Bentley were in here, he would thank you too. Look forward to your comments. Please share and encourage others to watch and comment as well. I just want to bring a little joy to the world with my paints as I just sit in my little studio and enjoy playing in the paint. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. And remember, this is Little K reminding you, just go make the art. Bye-bye.